guys. It's been a while since I did a video blog, so I figured it's time I check in. Um, the classes are going really well. The students are really putting forth great efforts. I did have to put my mean teacher pants on today and remind them that having a laptop is a luxury. It's not a right. Just because you pay for a class doesn't mean you're entitled to do whatever you want during that time. So I pretty much had to um, in my larger composition class, there's a few students who had their laptops open, and I thought they were sure they were taking notes. But then I noticed a few of them were typing things when nothing was being said. A few of them were not. I found out later they were sending emails to the academic advisor during class. So I reminded them pretty much that having laptops is a privilege, and it will be taken away from you. And then it happened again in Intro to Film. We were having a great discussion. It was just about 3 hours worth of discussion about theme, genre, historical inaccuracies. What kind of mood do you feel when you're watching this? Things like that. And there's one student in the back. I was asking a question about Sands with a Fence. Is she a good female character? Do you feel comfortable with what she did as a character? Do you see her kind of evolve into a deeper, more meaningful role? And then I noticed a kid staring at his laptop and wouldn't even look up after the question. We have been discussing this for the past 5 minutes. So I said, "You in the back with the hat." He looks up and he goes, "Yes." I said, "What do you think?" And he said, "About?" And I said, "About what we've been discussing for the past 5 minutes." He had this sheepish look, and all I had to do was, and then him and a couple other people, laptops went closed because they knew at that point, when I come to the playground, let me play. Okay. There was a free food type thing. We were supposed to meet the head guy, the organizer of the school, Steiner, and unfortunately he was sick today, so we didn't get a chance to. I had met him previously, just short, during a talk last Thursday, and got to meet Bruce Jorvik, how it's pronounced, and he does the Center for Innovation, a big incubation for businesses and getting it started. Gave me a really nice speech about the startup of business, and so a bunch of students, I offered 5 bonus points if they went to that and had a reader response. They did wonderfully. They behaved themselves, which they are more mature. I have to say, for 18 to 21, 22-year-old kids, young adults, they're really mature. They are actually, they're still similar to American students, especially when it came to the laptop thing, but they take education a little bit differently. I would say they're a little bit more serious about it than American students from what I've seen at UND, but UND students are also right, for the most part, right out of high school. They're very young on average, 18, 19 years old, especially in the comp 110, 120, 125. Actually, 120, and typically see older students in that, either seniors that are 22 or a little bit older and such, but still very mature adults. So we had this, my boss, Krista, who I adored Adela Reese's Pieces, said, "Well, Bruce may not have shown up, but you know what? We promised sandwiches, so by golly, she went and she got some treats for us." And it was really interesting, the thing. It's called Nugatti. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I found out this shrimp spread, which is delicious. Oh my gosh. It's Rekkasalan. I don't know if I pronounced it entirely accurately, but it's the shrimp salad that they put on bread. Everything is on bread. If you can't put it on a slice of bread, it ain't worth much in Norway. Bread, carbs, starch, my people, potatoes, bread, yeah, the diet where you give up breads and pastas and all those starches. I don't know if there's a particular name for it. Yeah, that's so not going to happen in Norway. So they put ost, which is Norwegian for cheese, on bread. And this is a very nice I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but there's different kinds. There's some with jalapenos. There's really all these different types of ost. And then of course they have Yatus or goat cheese, which I am so excited about. Um, and of course the Jarlsberg, which is a staple, which is really, 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 really good. So I'm loving the cheese. Oh my gosh, I am eating the hell out of cheese um, around here. It is so good. Most of Europe's pasteurization laws are different from the United States. So while they don't have easy cheese, they don't have Velveeta, they have they still have some pretty awesome alternatives. There's strawberry jam days. There are a couple times during the summer and autumn uh, months where they mix wild strawberries with farm strawberries, and the jam is so good. And it's not like they're very conservative with it. I was looking around at the native Norwegians, and they are putting it on a little, it's quite thick on this bread, and the bread is whole wheat, has seeds in it. The bread is or brud is so it's wholesome. It doesn't have like preservatives or anything in it. It's very, very good. There's something called Prunebrød, which is a polar bread. It's a soft hardtack looking, and has the same kind of the looks where it has the holes in it from the oven or from the pan, and it's very heavy bread. It's really, really good. So I tried the Nugatti, which is a chocolate. It's a not as sweet as chocolate frosting, but it's creamy. But that's essentially what Nugatti is. It's imagine Betty Crocker um, chocolate frosting, a little bit less sweet and more runny, and that's essentially what it is. And they put it on bread. It's really popular around Easter time as a treat. It's something that's sweet. They have it for breakfast. They have it for lunch. There was Shepherd Nugatti, the cheese, the different types of bread. Um, they're very big on margarine, and they have butter here, of course, but margarine is what you typically see in the grocery store. Olive oil, vegetable oil, margarine. So, and then I found something else. There's little yogurt cups, which is absolutely phenomenal. This yogurt cup has, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually two different segments. There's the part where it has the yogurt, and then this little thing flips up to dump into the cup of yogurt. And this one actually has chopped nuts, and the flavor of yogurt is cappuccino. It even has a cute little spoon to make it easier to eat. This one is mixed berry with granola and a few seeds, raisins, and again, you just dump that in with that cup, and it is a really good. Sometimes when you have a small little Yoplait yogurt cup, you're like, okay, so that's part of my lunch. I had one of these, and it was pretty satisfying. And not to mention, very healthy. This one's blueberry with again that granola and some dried fruit. I don't think it's raisins. It doesn't. It's too small to be raisins. Perhaps dried blueberries and with the granola. Then there's the strawberry with granola. It looks like they have like dried. Let's see. There's raisins and bananas. With some dried fruit with that granola in there. Really good. And then the vanilla, this vanilla, it's different from the vanilla in the United States. It has like a little bit more of a bite to it, which makes it a little funky, but it really tastes good. When ACN stocked my fridge when I first got here, they had a couple cups of yogurt like this. It's got a cute little penguin on it too. He's so cute. And that was so good. So phenomenal. So the dairy products, I am just in hog heaven. Bread and dairy products. Oh, that's awesome. It really hasn't that hasn't changed in a few generations. I'm still just as much about the starches and the dairy as I was before. The starches and the dairy, yay. So there's an ethnic food store. I don't want to say ethnic food store per se, but there is a store. They're smaller little, not grocery stores, but they are independently owned. This one had a lot of Asian spices, a lot of East Indian spices, the rice noodles, things like that. Something that you would see, well, not in Grand Forks. something that was, it had fresh vegetables, so it's kind of like a stand instead of an actual store. And there's something called jumbo mace, and these are essentially gargantuan corn nuts. And I have not tried these before, so I'm going to try them now. Yeah, the corn nuts are normally a lot smaller than this. This is about the size of my thumbnail, a little bit larger than that. Oh my gosh, it's corn nuts! When I first got here, another staff member at ACN had mentioned that corn nuts, they're not a common thing in Norway. It's not like a big snack. More of the yogurts and things like that would be considered snacks. And snacks. I just realized that the Fargo accent has gotten worse since I've been here, being amongst my people. And so corn nuts, she went over to Sweden on a hobbytour and bought groceries, and she found corn nuts at some gas station she could just buy in bulk. And it's been such a long time since I had corn nuts. I tried them, and then remembered just how damn addicting they are. Oh my gosh. So, another coworker and I, Dr. Lori Hires, she's the other instructor. She's from Westchester University in Pennsylvania. She teaches like women's studies, social psychology, and such. We decided to have a movie night, so we walked to the movie store. We're renting movies. It was a very, very small selection. Imagine the top selections, like the top 10 or top 20 or so movies that you'd see at Blockbuster, and that's what you would see at this video rental store. It really didn't have a huge selection of movies. Most of them were American, Hollywood blockbuster type things. A few of them were Norwegian films, but they always had a lot of options for different languages for subtitles. So we rented Red Riding Hood, and we rented Little Fockers, Fockers, just stating for the record in case my mom is watching this, and The Funeral Party. It has Bill Murray, Robert Duvall, and this was supposed to be like an Oscar snub. We watched this movie, and it says on the cover it's a comedy, or on the back cover of the DVD case. It has Bill Murray and a casket behind him. It looks like he's going to be a major character, and he's really a supporting role in this movie. And not only was the script writing phenomenal, but the acting was really, really good. It had some comedic relief, but it was a drama. It was a drama. And so when you'd think if it's freezing cold and rainy that the fruit flies would die. Oh no. So we looked it up after we saw this movie, and it totally was not what we were expecting. And it said it was an Oscar snub, and I agree. I didn't hear anything about this film. I didn't hear anything about the script, the characters, who was in it, nothing. I didn't hear a whole lot about that. So I was really sad and disappointed that it was snubbed for an Oscar. Maybe it didn't qualify for some odd reason, but I would really like somebody to explain to me why that is. So this is my culinary excitement for the day. I now have 30,000 one-page reader responses to grade, so I better get to that. Who am I kidding? I'm going to end up watching Deadliest Catch for a while, and then Sons of Anarchy. So, well, I'll try and get to grading. Wish me luck. Anyways, hopefully if there's any questions that you have or anything, please let me know, and I shall talk to you guys later. Bye bye.